Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And look at this cat on my lap, too. I just look like a mad villain in here on Thanksgiving, don't I? I just look like a mad villain. I want $1 million. Or you guys are going to hate all your other boxing shows if you're watching this one. Thumbs up, please. Subscribe to the video. We're here to talk about one of the best cards in boxing this year for sure. One of the best cards in a long time. And this has been a really great year for boxing. We have the whole card from top to bottom we're going to go over here today. And I'll explain why these should be good fights. I'll give my pick for these fights. And this will all be a part of a parlay, picking all three of the this Showtime pay-per-view coming up when David Benavidez takes on Demetrius Andrade, but even before that awesome main event, which should be a very competitive fight as well. We have Jermall Charlo, who has been out of the ring for quite some time, versus Jose Benavidez, who is the dogged brother of David Benavidez in the main event here. We're gonna unpack that one, but even after that, we have Subriel Matias taking on Shojahan Ergashev. This fight should be absolutely amazing. And those are just even before the main event. Personally, we're gonna get into as well today how I think that Subriel Matias Shojahan Ergashev fight might be the best fight that comes out of this card. So first, let's touch on Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez. As I said, Charlo's been out of the ring a long time. That will unfortunately lead me to just briefly touch on the only possibility I see here really for a Jose Benavidez win, being that not only has Jermall Charlo just been out of the ring for a long time, but it has been literally because of a lot of stresses and bad things going on in his life, which literally, if you guys watch this show, you should be shocked because I don't really talk about outside the ring stuff here much. But I just think that we have to be realistic because the outside the ring stuff literally realistically most times can have, if you dedicate yourself in the gym, you're a professional boxer, most times it's very easy for that to actually help you through a lot of things in life is being steady and committed to going to the gym like that. But not everybody's doing that. So he put on a lot of weight, Jermall Charlo. You know, I don't want to get into the man's life, but I think I've said enough there. There are outside factors that might actually poke their head up in this fight related to why Jermall Charlo has been out of the ring so long, but also really been out of being dedicated in the gym for quite some time out of these years here. But Jose Benavidez, always been a dog. He does have 2 losses. They are to the very best people, which would be Danny Garcia, and the other one to Terrence Bud Crawford. And Crawford, handedly won that fight, but I think it only got stopped in like the 11th or even the 12th round. It was one of the two. The fight went very long because Jose Benavidez is very tough. That's why. So who do I pick to win this fight? It's Jermall Charlo still. Still picking Jermall Charlo to win this fight because of his style. If we see any, basically we don't need to see the very best Jermall Charlo here. Honestly, we don't need to see the best. If we get the best Jermall Charlo version of him, we don't need that. We can just see, a Jermall Charlo that we've seen in the ring before, and he should win this fight. And that's because, one, he'll be the way bigger man. Jose Benavidez coming up in weight. He's not just coming up in weight this time. He's already come up in weight before. This is at least a weight class way above where he should be. It could be 2 weight classes above where he could have still gotten, but it's hard to make weight. He should be a weight class below, though, because the thing is he's just not big enough, and then he's fighting an exceptionally big man for the weight class in Jermall Charlo, who's even bigger recently because he's just not been going to the gym. But he's back in the gym, hopefully taking this fight seriously. And just, again, the style matchup is that Jermall Charlo's got a really good jab. So when he has that really good jab, that is what you actually need to just, you know, keep Jose Benavidez at a boxing range. You just don't want to see him look so uncomfortable, meaning Jermall Charlo, because of being out of the ring for a while. You just don't want to see him, like, be able to get bullied a little bit, hit to the body quite a bit or something, you know, to where he feels uncomfortable and it's early, and then you get, you know, either a desperate Charlo, or you get a Charlo that just kind of mentally is out of there, like Jermell was for once. I mean, and I'm a huge Jermell Charlo fan. He looked like he decided, I'm gonna just flat out stop trying after round 2 in the Canelo fight that he had. But again, this is also because he's a smaller man going up. This is similar to what's going on now with you know, Jose Benavidez. So I do pick Jermell Charlo because from what we've seen Charlo fighting great competition, but still winning because Charlo's undefeated. And Jose Benavidez, he does have 2 losses, but it's the style matchup, and it's the fact that he's a smaller man. I think the odds are right here, and Jermall Charlo should win this fight. Let's move right on to Subriel Matias taking on Shojahan Ergashev. And Matias, get ready. So I think this could be the best fight of the night. I do think that this might be the best fight of the night. Subriel Matias, 19-1 with 19 KOs. Shojahan Ergashev, 23-0 with 20 KOs. So this fight's gonna be just great from stylistic matchup wise. We got Subriel Matias. Basically, this is a guy that's just a boxer. If you don't know either of these guys, you should. They're going to be on Unknown to Casuals probably soon before, you know, they get really well known here. But Subriel Matias already a world champion. A lot of people don't even know that. Also, this guy literally is in the running up of possibly being the biggest puncher in this weight class next to Gervonta Davis. You know, debatable who hits harder. This guy cracks people, sleeps people. 19-1, only lost once. Again, 19 KOs. So this is a man who has 100% KO ratio. 100%. This guy's a demon, but that's really what he is. You know, Subriel Matias, unfortunately, you can't say the guy, you know, can box real well. Definitely can't say this guy's a counterpuncher. Now, this guy's an aggressive guy who can thump, and he just comes to take your head off pretty much. Of course, you know, he's a world champion, so he can mix it to the body a little. He's got a good attack, but that's about all he's got. Now, Shojahan Ergashev, who even probably lesser, even a couple people who know Subriel Matias probably don't know, you know, Ergashev. But Ergashev is a guy that is a stylistic nightmare for somebody as far as the paper shows and the tape shows like Subriel Matias. Because what Ergashev loves is to box off the back foot, but he's not what you'd call, he's a slick boxer. He's a slick boxer, but he's a boxer counterpuncher. That's what he is. So what that means is he's not running around the ring. I hate that word. You know, if you can't hit somebody for 20 minutes, you know, or something, 25 minutes in a fucking ring, that's your fault and not the other person's. It really is. They're not getting hit and can pot shot you. You are not able to find them. That's your fault. You have to bring that back into the gym and fix that. But that being said, this guy doesn't even do that. Pot shot you just from the outside. What this guy does is he loves to fight off of the back foot. And so what that means is being a good boxer, being safe. But when he gets to his back foot, well, actually for his back foot, it'd be like this because the man's a southpaw. Something that we haven't, you know, it gives a lot of trouble to orthodox fighters like Mateus, you know, when they have to deal with the opposite stance there. But yeah, Ergashev likes to fight off the back foot, and then what he loves to do is just counterpunch. So what he's really good at is transition from defense to offense. Is beautiful. Beautiful from him, because he can plant his feet quick and he knows where he's going to plant his feet. He likes, you'll see him do a lot of this, backing up, wait to throw, and then he'll get them just out of range or ducking under. And when he's back, he'll move, okay, foot, and he knows, I'm going to plant my foot now, and I'm going to make you miss, and then I'm going to counter strong counter punching off my back foot. So he's very good at that, and I think it could win him now. Now on Ergashev's, I don't want to say, well, detractors, not haters and whatever. If you were to take something away to say, listen, basically this fight should be a bad style matchup where we see Mateus get stopped even in a loss here. We're basically going to say that, you know, Ergashev hasn't fought the same level of competition. And sure, that's true. And if you have watched this show before, one of the most important things to me, it really is, boxing is a lot of mental. It's a lot of mental. So film study is the most important thing. People like boxing gems that can do, that's the most important thing. And that's for sure. You know, skill beats, you know, better skill beats normal skill. You know, who's ever more skilled, that's what matters a lot. But sometimes style matchups as well, right? So Subra Mateus been able to put away everybody he's ever beat. 19-1 again. 19 KOs, 100% KO ratio for this man. He'll chase, and he's known to be seen stepping over that front foot and leaning a little bit too much. Found leaning a little bit too much. But you need to be a really good counterpuncher when you're trying to just get out of the fucking way of this guy's stuff, to boom, right in the middle, catch him while because Mateus will put punches in combinations, man. He's not just going to walk forward with a jab and then throw an overhand. You know, he puts together combinations. So it takes a lot of talent to catch a guy clean like that. But Mateus, even though he's fought better competition, this is a bad style matchup because Ergashev is that guy. He's of that ilk. He is that true boxer counterpuncher that can put it on Mateus and make him really pay for less stuff. Also, Ergashev, you know, again, he hasn't fought the best level of competition yet, but I mean, I've for a while thought we need to see this. We need to see this fight. So that's why this fight's so damn good. I'm going Ergashev here for sure. One, he's a southpaw, always a little bit tricky for orthodox fighters to deal with. Two, yeah, he hasn't had the best level of competition, but, you know, his skill looks a lot greater. Three, it's the style matchup in general, is boxer counterpuncher against just a puncher who comes forward. And we've never seen him lose. He doesn't know how to lose yet. And at Mateus, what Mateus also, this is the other thing, the fifth thing. If Mateus wins this fight, if Subra wins this fight, how does he do it? You know it's because he lands a big punch, right? Or he does it that, you know, once and then it's either over, or he gets back up and he's, you know, compromised and just boom, does it again. He wins by stoppage, right? On catching him, finally catching him, which is going to be real hard to do. That's the only way he wins this fight. So how does Ergashev win this fight? He could stop Subra Mateus. He very much could stop him, dropping him, counterpunching him, and Mateus has lost before. Or he could just simply not get touched that bad, maybe once or twice somewhere and bring this thing home to a decision for sure. Even if we find that the more dominant looking rounds were from Matthias, who, if he can crack him, and wobbles him and whatnot, if in those rounds, if Ergashev wins, 8 of these rounds, I mean, you're still dealing with a handedly well-placed decision for Ergashev after the fact. So we are going Shojahan Ergashev to win this fight. And then last but not least, Canelo, that Canelo fight that was always supposed to happen with Demetrius Andrade, it never did, and the David Benavidez fight, it never did, and so on and so forth. Demetrius Andrade, the absolute, seemingly been ducked by every fighter, knowing this guy is of our ilk, but no one cares that much about Andrade to put him on TV, and so we don't want to risk. This is a lot of risk. Well, David Benavidez has stepped up to the plate. He has stepped up to the plate at last. And Demetrius Andrade's going to get his time to see if we were all wrong about this. But I'll start off right here. This fight should be very competitive. It really should. David Benavidez last took on Caleb Plant, and I did a preview to that fight, and it basically was that I had picked Caleb Plant to win it, by the way, beforehand. But basically, it was what the fight was, but Caleb couldn't hold it up so long, So he won the first 5 rounds. Coming out, sticking the jab, like aggressively, not scared and walking away and looking at, anything. This is coming out, sticking the jab, but walking him back. If you get walked back, box well, don't get hit, use your legs, things that a true, pure boxer could do. And Caleb Plant, I knew he could do it. He did it for 5 rounds straight, but it drains on your legs. It drains on your legs. And you know what? I could live my whole life, dude, watching David Benavidez fight boxers, because I'll just like really good boxers like Andrade is as well. And like or like Canelo is, I could watch this guy fight boxers forever because they do it. They outbox him. But it's like a death trap. It's like, okay, look, you're not going to hurt me ever, even if you hit me real clean. You're more scared of me than I am of you. I'm going to walk you down. And eventually, dude, it's amazing how it always wears on people. I mean, Caleb looked like he couldn't be touched until the 6th round of that fucking fight, dude. But he won it 7-5 because he won 7 rounds straight against Caleb, battering him because he was too tired to use his legs to box like that anymore, is the reason. He didn't have to catch him really good one good time and change the momentum of the fight. No, dude. David Benavidez just like looks to, he looks for that. The whole time he looks for that. He looks for you to look like you're getting a little slower. And then, okay, now I can step it up. Like once I'm in close enough and I can touch you with more than one, a combination of 2 before your, body is out of my way there, or your head before you're out of my range, then I know I got you. That's crazy. It's crazy to watch them fight. Is so fun, and this is going to be the same thing in a nutshell, you guys. This is that Caleb Plant fight again, dude. A very, very good, highly skilled boxer in Demetrius Andrade versus David Benavidez, dude. And it is Caleb Plant. I bet you that this fight starts out with Demetrius Andrade being a little bit cautious, probably more so than even Caleb was, honestly. But being a little bit cautious, but sticking the jab. Basically, you're winning the rounds on boxing, good footwork. Circling the ring, circling back, and landing some shots. every now and again sitting on a combination when he walks in range to it, because he's been backing you up, sit on a combination to meet him, you know, and we'll see Demetrius Andrade win in these rounds. And I just don't know. The only question is, like, so Caleb couldn't do it. I mean, I think Demetrius is older for sure than Caleb Plant. I think I'm right about that, though. I don't have the stats right in front of me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. And also, Demetrius Andrade, he's won all his fights. He's undefeated, but he has been looking a little bit slower already. Whereas Caleb Plant, you know, even in the loss to Canelo and stuff, it's as far as what his legs look like, they never looked, you know, horrible. You know what I mean? Until they were. Like, just till boom. Then they were. He moves well. This is the same kind of thing, man. They're not the exact same guy, but that it's totally how this fight will play out. It's the same fight again. And another really good boxer is getting the chance to show if his legs will hold up long enough to win 7 rounds on this guy instead of 5. I do think that this fight, it could end in a stoppage, but I'm going to pick David Benavidez here. I'm going to pick David Benavidez, but we're just going to go him straight to win. And then we're going to go Shojahan Ergashev to win. And then we're going to go Jamal Charlo, who's a favorite, to win by decision, because I don't think he'll stop Jose Benavidez. So that's the one. That's our parlay for this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys, and until next time, loyal fight fans, stay loyal.